Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to welcome you all to the April 22nd, 2020 IDA meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First on the agenda is the accepted minutes from the IDA IDC board meeting of February 26, 2020. If everybody's had time to read over the minutes, I'd accept a motion at this time.
I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
Motion from Paulette, second by Marcus. A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
All opposed? The ayes have it, so ordered. Next up, number 3 on the agenda is a resolution. The resolution is permitting the agency to approve and consent to Giaquinto LLC entering into a sublease agreement with the state of New York for a portion of the property owned by Giaquinto Brothers LLC at 905 Long Island Avenue, Deer Park, New York. At this time, I'd like to make a motion.
I make a motion to accept.
And I'll
Second.
second that. I'll second that motion.
Motion by Rosemary, second by Justin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, so ordered. Next up, number 4 on the resolution, on the agenda is a
Number three?
resolution.
Number 3?
No, number 4. Number 3 was Giaquinto.
I got you. Sorry.
No problem. Number 4 is the resolution permitting the termination of a lease and authorizing the chief executive officer deliver a quick claim deed conveying the premises located at 7050 New Horizons Boulevard, North Amityville, to Dishy and Floman LLC. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll
Motion by
second
Bill
that.
Spola, seconded by Bill Bogart. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, so ordered. Next up, number 5 is authorizing the chief executive officer to administratively delay the deadline for payments in lieu of taxes in certain situations. Tom, do you want to explain this?
We're continuously monitoring right now what the county and what the town is doing on this. And we just want to have it in front of us in case the deadline gets pushed back so that we can work with our clients and push back the collection of pilots.
That sounds great. Can I get a motion on this?
Motion.
Motion by Marcus, second
I'll second that motion.
by Justin. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it, so ordered. Next up is the chief executive's report by Tom Dolan.
Thank you, Tom.
problem.
Brendan, if you can, there you go. So we're just going to go through a couple of things. Again, I know I've been in contact with you over the last month, and I appreciate your involvement and your support during this time. But just wanted to kind of recap what we've been going through mid-March to current April. We have continued our operations throughout this pandemic with everybody working from home since March 16th and communicating with one another on a regular basis. Technology has been a blessing right now. We sometimes say it's a curse, but it has been a blessing in this time. Since closing the office on March 16th, we have closed two of our big projects, housing projects, Village by the Bay in Amityville, and also 11 Park Drive in Wyandanch. We also completed the necessary steps for our annual audit, and we submitted the Paris report to New York State in a timely fashion. We have drafted several memos to Tom, the chairman, just to kind of give you updates as far as agency plans and operations moving forward. But aside from all of these daily tests and things we're doing, the agency has largely pivoted to this COVID-19 related projects to support the businesses in the town of Babylon. Again, I give a lot of credit to my staff as far as putting together an extensive research piece that was compiled, and we partnered with the town, with Deputy Supervisor Martinez, as well as the communications department over there, and we have a resource for businesses now that you can go on our website and on the town's website. So there's one place for information to help these businesses through this time. We continue to seek out relevant information. Obviously, we had an update yesterday with a new bill being passed, and we will get that information out, and we get that up as soon as possible to help the businesses out. I also was involved in an online webinar with Councilman Mineta and several of the county legislators, as well as Erica Chase from Farmingdale State College, from the Small Business Development Center, which proved to be very informational, as well as I've done another webinar with West Babylon Chamber of Commerce, also with Councilman Mineta, with the same thing as far as getting out relevant resources. So as far as the present, the offices will remain closed to staff and to the general public. We do have limited access to the office, but that is on a case-by-case basis. And again, a shout out to the town employees who are the cleaning crews. We don't want to get in their way, so we watch what we're doing as far as entering the office and exiting. We have continued to monitor and respond in a timely fashion to all the incoming email and phone correspondences that we get. We have enacted a system to collect and distribute all the mail that arrives. All staff members continue to keep accurate records of their time, and all staff members are reachable via email, cell phone, and also we have a conference line that we utilize when needed. We also purchase printers for our agency administrative staff, and so that they can continue to do their functions on a daily basis. So operations are up, we're running, and we've been doing, and I got, again, my hats off to the staff. As far as future, our plans to assist IDA clients and Babylon businesses, we will continue to remain closed right now in accordance with the governor's regulations and recommendations. And right now that looks like that will be to around May 15th. Pilot billing will continue in May as scheduled, just what we had just talked about, unless changes from the town or county postponing those tax dates. And we will keep you informed on that if anything changes. We are going to start a process in which we reach out to our existing clients by email, by phone, and asking them how they're handling the crisis, and if they've been deemed either essential or non-essential, and what's their outlook as far as employment, cash flow, et cetera, in order for us to better understand and to be able to create the resources necessary to help these businesses through this time right now. So that's going to be a big part and a big push that will probably start in the next couple of weeks. We will be prepared to direct clients to the resources we have compiled. We've also to prepare letters to support for grants or loans or any applications and assist in any way we can to help the businesses get through this process. We passed a resolution to move that date if need be. We will also work on a strategy to resume the day-to-day functions as far as working with businesses. We may, it's the new normal now, right? So we may do meetings like we're doing right now with prospective clients and existing clients. We will continue to closely monitor developments at the national, state, and county levels, and we will continue to work closely with our partners in the town. We asked the board, one of the things I will ask you, as things are changing quite rapidly, is just for your attentive and correspondence from the agency in the event that we need a special meeting or we need to do something. So I'll just ask everyone to please keep connected to us so that we can move as quickly as we have to if need be. So the transition back to business, we're looking to possibly assemble a task force to brainstorm some of the logistics of reopening the IDA office. So we are fully prepared when the time comes. Some of the measures we are considering right now is researching the acquisition of PPE, including masks and gloves, as well as any cleaning and disinfecting supplies that we may need at the office, limiting in-office requirements of those who commute to work via public transportation, limiting the in-office requirements of those who may be a member of a particular affected demographic or may live in a household with a person who is a member of such a demographic. Alternating odd and even work schedules. This way we can, maybe we can cut it down to 50% of the office staff. And again, now we have the ability to work remotely, so we'd be able to do that. And reconfiguring the office layout to keep social distancing and methods at the forefront. We want to limit interactions with the general public, relying on video conferences to meet potential clients. We will have a comprehensive review of our sick, vacation, and internal policies with the goal of making them adaptable and befitting to the current epidemic and the transition from working from home to working in the office. And in any case, we are working to a strategy to create a comprehensive back to business transition plan, and we'll be reaching out to you in the coming weeks for input and feedback on that. So as we look long-term, and again, the big picture, down the road, I think economic development, especially in the town, we're going to play a key role. And we want to be prepared to be a resource if something like this does happen again. This would involve putting in place an infrastructure with the town. And again, we have utilized Deputy Supervisor Martinez in the past, and we work with him. And I think that relationship is going to be so important moving forward as we coordinate with the planning department, public works, downtown revitalization, and all the town offices, as well as working with Councilman Mineta and the Small Business Committee, all the mayors in the town. So we want to make sure there's a coordinated effort, and we're kind of leading the way from an economic development standpoint. Finally, and crucially, it would include a communication directly to the businesses of the town of Babylon through various mediums, including mass emails, website resources, and IDA-created podcasts. So just to let you know, a podcast is something that's been in the talk. We've been talking internally for a little while, and we want to utilize that in the past as a way to educate the public. But I see, the podcast becoming very instrumental moving forward as far as making sure that we're getting an additional way to get the message out there for the business community to help them as far as the resources they may need. Again, this is an ambitious long-term goal with some of the aspects easier to accomplish than others. However, this is a long view that we need to take in economic development in Babylon to ensure a successful and safe future. So again, thank you for your continued involvement and support. We do appreciate it. The staff appreciates it. And with that being said, I'll turn it back to our chairman. So all be safe, be well, and again, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
All righty. With Tom being finished with the report, I'll move on to old business. Any old business? No old business. We'll move on to new business. Any news business? On new business, real quick, I just want to thank Tom and Frank and the entire IDA staff for the great job they're doing right now. And I'd also like to thank the town supervisor, Mr. Schaefer, and Tony Martinez, the deputy, for the great work they're doing during all this. With no further new business, take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
Second. All in favor?
Aye,
aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Be well, be safe,
Thank
everyone.
you.